We're blessed at Friday, June the 24th, 2022. It's about 3 o'clock p.m. in the evening. Look at this blessing, y'all. A family, possibly a mother and father, a male and female with 3 little chicks, came out. God had me come out the right time in the right place to come feed some little ones that is hungry. I greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace, and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't even matter whether you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. Doesn't matter whether you like me, anything I do, say, or anything I stand for. That's your prerogative, and you have a right. I come here today not just because it's a beautiful day. God had me to come with another message to tell somebody out there somewhere, one or more of your family members need you. You may be far away from them, but they need you. God done gave you a communication line to let it be known that your family needs you. Some is not able to do anything, but some are able and in a position to make a decision. Make that decision before your family member pass away or be put in a place where treatment may not be as nice as what he had now. God showing me to show y'all, you see, human beings. I'm going to speak about the black community right now. You see how all these geese is getting along? You see that? Then the little babies, after they done ate somewhat, they taking their babies back to the water. Now, as I was coming here, I seen something that showed me somebody or something, more than likely a human being, because wild dogs don't run astray out here. They only come when a owner bring them out. Foxes and wolves and all that type of stuff, they don't come out here. But I seen something that was a little disturbing, and it was feathers showing that something got a hold of one of these, I believe the Canadian geese, because I seen feathers down in this area somewhere. I think I'm getting close to it. You can see some of them right here, kind of small, but then you can see them getting bigger right here. Something got a hold of one of them. It was more than that. I don't know if the wind blew them away or not, but you can see them scattered all over here. More than likely something got a hold of it and killed it. You can see it all here too. I know that's what other animals do, prey on other animals, but in this area it's normally always peaceful. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these evil human beings killed them, but that's another sign. is to say, when will the black on black violence stop, or would it stop? You see, in order for us to get justice, when I say us, I'm speaking of black people. And in order for us to get justice, we have to start respecting each other first. In a lot of the black communities, there's no structure amongst the individuals that's out here that's doing this killing. You see, when I was coming up in Cabrini Green, you had individuals that had control that could put a stop to these drive-by shootings, that could put a stop to these innocent women and children and elderly people getting killed. But there's no structure now, y'all. You see, it's making it hard on me to get justice for my son who was found hung in Carbondale, Illinois, because blacks that study killing blacks and shooting blacks over there. And then the black so-called civil rights organizations, all of them have this fascination, all of them have this greed for the government grant money. You see, in Chicago, Carbondale, and here in Charleston, Missouri, what I notice is that the black educators, the educated blacks, they are running these groups called the NAACP. They're running these food programs. They're running these individual groups and organizations, and they're preachers that is a part of the good old boy system, that when you make a complaint like I do against racism, and when you do get somebody to come down, they say everything is all right. You see, they call Martin Luther King the troublemaker. We know he wasn't a troublemaker. He was a troublemaker to those that are coming here to steal, kill, and destroy. Malcolm X wasn't a troublemaker. Malcolm X was like I am now. I speak up against blacks, whites, and anybody else that misuse, not just people in the black community, but misuse people, period. If you want justice, you can't ask for it. You have to demand it. If you want respect, you can't ask for it. You got to demand it. And if you want to change, you're going to have to stop depending on these preachers that you have now. If the shoe fit wide, you're going to have to stop depending on these NAACP leaders that you have now. If the shoe fit wide, you're going to have to stop depending on these people that's got these government grant funds that's saying that they feeding your children. They not feeding your children. The government give them the food to feed your children. And not only that, the government give them money, grant money, where they pay each other to feed your children. You see, y'all wondering why we get cancer all the time. This is some of the fields that the farmers is burning up, instead of doing like they did in the olden days. When you grow one crop, you go ahead and till it and dig it up. They burn it up. I worked on a potato farm here in Charleston, Missouri, where the chemicals they put down, they tell you it'll cause cancer and kill you. Just like them farmers doing this here in a hurry to burn them crops up. You see what I'm saying? They don't care if you're going to lose your life or not. They want their money. Just like these NAACP leaders. And I'm not going to say all of them, but I know for a fact the head NAACP president, the national president, Derrick Johnson, and most of them that's presidents in these other cities and states, All they about is money and self-recognition, y'all. All you got to do is, why ain't nobody protesting about all these things that's happening in the black community? You know why? It's because ain't no money in it. You see, they get these organizations called Ceasefire and Stop the Violence. You don't hear Black Lives Matter pushing for stopping the black on black crime or police shooting blacks anymore too much, because they done got caught up. God is revealing it. A lot of y'all said, well, I'm steady talking about my son's death. I'll continue to talk about it, but while I'm talking about it and when I'm silent, God is working with me. All you got to do is take a look around at all of these people that been attacking me here in Charleston, Missouri, and see what happened. Even take a look in Carbondale with the corruption of the police. Look what recently happened to them. They was chasing after some criminals in a car, and then one of the police cars hit another police car, then another one hit another one, then one of them hit the police. I'm not saying I'm glad that it happened, but I'm not sad at all, because the Carbondale Police Department is corrupted just like the Charleston, Missouri Police Department. And God gonna reveal it. God gonna reveal the cover-up that they did with my son. God gonna reveal the cover-up and the injustice that these people here in Charleston, Missouri done to me. You see them? Them soldiers. That's how God gonna send them soldiers, them federal agents down to Charleston, Missouri, Carbondale, Illinois, some parts of Chicago, Illinois. When they come, they gonna do just like they doing Trump and his family. Wrong only lasts just for a amount of time. The truth would always stand. As long as you're doing God's will, the peace will be still.